There's nothing better that I can spend my life minutes on than doing this. If I have, 2 million life minutes, I'm spending all of them on swimming with whales. Just prepare to have your life changed. Like, it's just done it to so many people every single time. Like, we don't have a week where people aren't crying because it's just moved them so profoundly. And then just rolls her belly, and it's this huge glow of white just comes over my entire body, and then I do the same. And the calf starts spinning above me on the surface, and then the mum rolls back and then just turns her face towards me and then just looks me straight in the eye like this, and I'm just looking back at her, and I just feel like she looks straight through me, and there was this level of connection there that just brought me to tears straight away. So we're here on our boat for the week. This is Mackham, our trapsy stallion. We have our skipper Billy and our guide Kissy, and so we'll be on the boat each day for 7 hours. Every single day when we go past this corner here, the tourism board see us leave and they start the clock. We have 7 hours out with the whales, and then we come back. We have to make sure that we're back inland after 7 hours. One of the rules on the boat is one hand for the boat, one hand for yourself. So if you need to move around the boat, hold on with one hand to make sure that you don't fall over. It's a very hard metal boat, so you want to make sure that you're sturdy and not falling over. So this is how we'll get in and out of the vessel each day. So we have our ladder over here. We can also jump from the sides, the left and right. So we'll get ready and be ready to jump back here. Come through, jump off the side quietly. Then when you come back onto the boat, we'll pass your fins up, pass your mask up, your cameras, and then come back into the boat. So Vavau is the nursing ground and the breeding ground for humpback whales. So every year, around 1,500 humpback whales come up here to reproduce and give birth. Notoriously, it's a humpback paradise. We'll be looking for humpbacks, but there are a lot of different marine life creatures here as well. We have melon-headed whales, we have pilot whales, we have multiple species of dolphins, oceanic white-tip sharks. It's the ocean. There's been sperm whales spotted here off Tonga last year, so you can really get anything out here. It's the Tongan Trench is one of the deepest trenches in the world, and it hugs the west side of the islands of Tonga, and it's almost as deep as the Mariana Trench. So there's all sorts of incredible pelagic life out here. Let's go.
How many whales are we going to see today?
34. And we're going to see a white whale too. Yep. Start of the week, but I reckon 100% guaranteed white whale, or your money back. That's insane. That's speechless. There was a white whale here in Vavau at the start of the year. It was the only white whale known to be in this part of the world. There's only one other that's been seen off the west coast of Australia. It came for 3 days, and then so many boats wanted to get photos with it and swim with it that it left to Hapai. It stayed there, and then it went down to Tongatapu, and we've never seen it again. So very, very low chances of seeing a white whale. Having the opportunity to swim with a white whale, a white humpback whale, of which there might be 2 or 3 in the entire world. So, one of the rarest creatures on Earth, full stop, one of the rarest creatures on Earth. Having the privilege to just be at the right place at the right time, and to be able to share a moment in the water with such an incredible animal. And then also, for us, we got even more lucky to be able to actually interact with it. So the humpback, the white whale was calm. It was rested. It was resting, and was coming up to kind of check us out and play with us and to interact with us. So to have a white whale feeling comfortable enough to come out and hang out and interact with us and say hi, I mean, where can you go from there? It's how can you get anything better than probably my most favorite animal in the world, the humpback whales, and then to have this spirit animal of the humpback whales come up and say hi to you. It's it puts you in tears. It's just one of the most beautiful, I couldn't think of a more beautiful moment in the water ever in my entire life. So humbled and privileged doesn't even begin to express how grateful I am for an opportunity like that. And the significance of this whale is it's just, I don't know, again, it just makes you kind of want to tear up, because during the whaling period, we dwindled the numbers of humpbacks down to, on the east coast of Australia, for example, from 30,000 down to 500, an estimated 500 of these whales. Like, they were on the doorstep of extinction. And through humans getting their stuff together, coming to their senses, just doing what's right and what makes sense, and just looking after these beautiful animals and like giving them space to live freely and do their thing, we've seen their population come back to what it was before, 30,000. So now we have again 30,000 humpback whales on the east coast of Australia. And we lost, we've suspected no one has seen the white whale of the east coast of Australia for 6 years, where it's expected to no longer be with us. So personally, to have this white whale been born again here kind of represents like a new page, a new beginning for the relationship between humans and these whales. And the atrocities of the past, the last of those individuals who were witnessing that and were alive at that time are coming to the end of their life cycle. And I feel like this is like a new beginning with this spirit animal and this white whale, where it's like humans and whales are living so much more harmonious together. And we as a species, the human race, are appreciating them finally as they deserve and as they should have been all along. And actually, it's a new chapter of like love and appreciation for these incredible creatures. So yeah, it's a touching moment for sure. If I was to say anything to anyone thinking about joining a trip with humpback whales or just swimming with them in general, it's just prepare to have your life changed. Like, it's just done it to so many people every single time. Like, we don't have a week where people aren't crying because it's just moved them so profoundly and so deeply, or they want to change their entire careers. Like, it happened to me. This is how my whole journey of the ocean began, like meeting these whales and just being so touched and so in awe of the beauty of our planet and the ocean. Like, yeah, to say you won't regret it is just not even the beginning. It's this: prepare to have your life changed and prepare to just feel things that you didn't even know were possible, because they're out of this world. They're just so beautiful and so majestic. It's impossible to describe. Porteous? Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
And this is our guide, Kissy. Kissy, he just sleeps all day and dreams about hoo-hoo.
Yeah, I was inspired by this guy. I was inspired by Alan back when it was just when we were starting OCL, and reached out to a few people, and there was this one guy who had this picture of this mum and calf in this island called Tonga. And I thought this image is like the best image I've ever seen. I can't believe how amazing this image is. And I sent this dude a message, and he got back to me. And we just sat there and we had a chat for an hour and a half. And I think that was a real starting point of me knowing that OCL was a thing and we could turn it into something, because of this connection that we can have, and everybody's talking from the same ocean sheet. But it really was it really was a kind of this connection that we had from that, the connection that I had from looking at this image, and then the dream always to come to Tonga 6 years later, after a delay in being able to come here for our commercial business, carried on dreaming, and now we've gone and had the most amazing ocean experience that we could have ever wished for, beyond that we ever thought was a wish. We've been given an angel, allows us to know that everything that we've been putting in over the last 8 years has been for a reason. We're in the right course and direction, yeah. It was so much more. I think I've said this a couple of times, and I think I say it about a lot of things in life. It's like you see images from places, but it never truly represents a place. So what you see from Tonga is beautiful images of whales, rightly so. But what you get is so much more, from the people to the scenery, to the feeling, to the people that we hang out with here, the people that look after us. It's been a truly inspiring week on an island that I had very little knowledge of, only through these beautiful underwater images. But the actual, what we've got from being on land, and what we've got from the people and the team that we've been with has meant a lot to me, yeah. It's really meant a lot to me. And I think that's what I've been trying to capture as well on the on this film to show that what it really is to come to a place like Tonga, and what it really is to hang out with like-minded people, coming together for the first time and being led by a team that is so passionate to show you into a world that changed their life. Come get your coconut. Which is exactly what we've had. We've been fortunate. We've had it a few times with Jonah introducing us to sharks, and I said from that moment with the sharks, it's going to change my life forever. And it has. It truly did. And now here with humpbacks, which is another dream, it's incredibly special. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to literally just jump on a random phone call like 6 years ago and just chat about the ocean and just chat aimlessly. We weren't even really, there's no actual real point to the phone call rather than just to catch up and talk about the ocean and like, you know, what you've been up to and what I've been up to. I remember when I got the call, I think I was running around trying to like, you know, snorkel and dive as much as I could. I was so obsessed that like I didn't even look at Matt's profile. Matt's like, "Can I call you about the ocean?" I was like, yeah, cool. And then like got on a call with Matt and then just talked. I was like, and then I went to Tonga, and then I took a photo of this whale, and the whale was sick, and then I did this, and then this, and then this. And then we just chatted for like, we just blabbed on for an hour and a half. And then after I was like, who is this Matt guy? And then like looked at his profile and his work, and he's like one of the world's best wedding photographers and, you know, photographs of the royal family. I was like, oh, I didn't ask about any of that. I was like, yeah, I was like, I probably should ask him about all that stuff next time I chat to him. But yeah, like the passion for the ocean in his voice was just, you know, like just really like, you know, really, really, really coming from a deep, special place. And yeah, it's just got along since day one. But it's so cool to see a single phone call turn into all this 6 years later and
That's
actually
what
being
OCL's
here.
about, isn't it? And you know, you've been on board, you've been part of OCL since the day it was born, and I think that conversation about just sharing stories of the sea and your passion for the sea is mainly what this is about. It's a culture, right? OCL is ocean culture, like it's what we all identify with. It's different for everybody, and I'd really encourage people to just do that and just have no motivations behind like meeting somebody for a coffee or picking up the phone, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first set up ACL, I was just inspired by other people in the ocean space, and I wanted to be able to share what inspired me about them to other people, to allow them to understand that what is achievable and what is possible in this world. When I spoke to you, you'd only had a camera in your hand for about 6 months or 9 months.
I remember that was like almost
a year.
Annoying. You were like, "What?"
Oh, sorry. What you've only picked up a camera 9 months ago, and then you've got these pictures. I was just thought, this is crazy. I was like, if John is able to do that, then anyone's able to do it. And it's still about that. It's still about inspiring other people to go out there and just do it and follow their dreams. And like anything is possible. We're told that when we're younger, but it's true. Like anything is possible. And if you have a passion for the ocean, you have a passion for storytelling, you have a passion for protecting the ocean, then that's why we set up OCL, for bringing those people together.
This has been a dream of mine since I was a little girl, but actually it's really just about reconnecting with the ocean, because we spend every day working in this space, campaigning for it, helping to support our community that work tirelessly to give it a voice. But actually, you say it all the time, but if you don't look after yourself, then you can't do what you do. And for me, this is my medicine. It's honestly the only place that I feel complete ease and peace. And so for me, it's a complete reset, but it also has given me more motivation, more energy, and just in complete awe again, and inspired by what the ocean gives not only me, but the world. So for me, it's taught me that the importance of checking back in with yourself, checking back in with the ocean, and just having some time in the sea. So for me, it was like, it forced me to have this time out and just spend hours and hours looking out to sea. And it just gives you time, like my brain just started shutting down. I'd like processed everything I needed to process in my head and in my thoughts. And then all of a sudden you get to a point where there's not that much more to process or think about. And you're just looking at the ocean and you're enjoying the ocean and you're at one and you're a time under the sea. And for me, the ocean is where my brain stops and it switches off. It is my meditation. But actually being above the surface on the boat for 4 hours, just looking at the horizon, it forced me to switch off, and I think I really needed it. Everyone's been telling me I've needed it, and I was like, I'm fine. But actually, I think I really needed it.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you see lots of pictures of whales in Tonga, but then when we actually get here, there's a lot of other things that we've seen. Can you give us a few little highlights from your point of view, above and below the surface, and maybe the things you didn't expect to see here that you've seen?
I always come to places without really any expectations. I think it's important to. I think, you can look on Instagram and you can see all the amazing images taken in Tonga, and you can dream of a place that you think it might be. But the reality is it's always very different based on your own personal experiences and your own personal values. And for me, like I said, the moments on the boat, the people that we were surrounded with, we had an amazing local Tonga dance and dinner last night, and the energy in that room, and sharing those moments with people that are the other side of the world to you. And when they open up, their culture to you and share that with you, it's a really profound, special experience, and we're so privileged to be able to witness that. So for me, it was that. It's also the little fishies. I just love being underwater. So we went to this amazing little fish cave, and the fish were they're incredible. I just really value those any time underwater, to be completely honest. Like the whales, wow, yes, incredible, majestic, awe-inspiring. Like there are no words. But it's often just like the dolphins that came up at the side of the boat. That was a perfect moment for me. I've loved dolphins so much. They're my favourite animal. Just being my head underwater, to be honest. Whenever my head's underwater, I'm happy. And the coral, my God, the coral here is incredible. The captain took us to a point. He said, it's called the Coral Garden. It was insane. It was just about a mile stretch of just insane coral, beautiful, beautiful coral. That was special. I love coral. Alan he's inspired both of us from the moment we met him. He's a special human. He has a connection with nature that, is really unique and special. And watching him underwater is a privilege. It's beautiful. He is a bit of an oddball at times.
Tamsin's talking a lot of shit lately. Aren't you, Tamsin? Oh, I love whales. They're so much fun. But I came for the dolphins.
I did come for the dolphins.
I know, I'm sick of
They're big
whales. I want to see dolphins.
They come from
I
an
want
echo
to see
chamber.
dolphins.
Echo
If
chamber.
I see one more white whale, I want to see dolphins.
I don't want to see any
I
more
want
whales.
to see dolphins. Hello.
Hello. I'd like to ask you a few questions, if that's all right. I'm going to ask you a couple of others.
Get my hair out.
What was the moment in time that you realised that you wanted to spend the rest of your life exploring the ocean and documenting it and giving a voice to the ocean?
The very point.
The very beginning.
I think. So do I have to answer seriously?
Yeah. Try.
Okay.
You don't have to.
It's
It's
about-
not serious.
It's about 7 minutes ago. I was answering the question. Stop abusing me. We're here with Tamsin Raine, but the sun's out, so how does that make sense?
Yeah, I know.
Tamsin sun.
Okay. You thought of your answer yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here with Jonah Allen in Tonga, South Pacific. He's just come to the end of his season.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
Oh, well, my brain's mashed potato at the moment. It's day 60 on the water.
Wow.
But probably the best season of my entire life. So
Yeah.
just kind of mind blown. You know when you can't quite process it, you're still just like, did that happen?
Yeah.
Did I see a whale at all? Like, what the hell's just happened? And then you look at the photos, you're like,
Lots of whales.
that was insane. Yeah. So my brain's still processing it. Processing, yeah. See?
Processing.
See? That's how full it is. I can't even speak.
So you've done this for a few seasons now, but take me back to that moment. When did you decide that you wanted to dedicate yourself to giving a voice to the ocean?
So, growing up being absolutely obsessed with wildlife and nature, like that was always the only thing that made sense to me. Like the human worlds, the cities, the schools, the systems are always confusing to me. I still don't understand them. Like traffic lights and stuff like that, like how that works, it's just wild, right? But nature always made sense. And then people talk about the real world as in it's like what we created. And I was like, how is that the real world? This thing's been around for 4.3 billion years. How is man world, how is that the real world? These whales were here before men existed. Anyway, going on a tangent, but basically being so obsessed with nature, I always was looking in like the savannas of Africa or jungles and stuff for connection to nature. But the thing they don't tell you is that most big land animals kind of want to kill you if you get really close to them, right? You go up to like pat an elephant, a rhino, a lion, a tiger, a buffalo. It doesn't end well.
No.
And I really wanted to. But when I got back from Africa for a couple of years, I went into the ocean, and then a friend of mine was like, "Do you want to go swim with humpback whales?" I was like, that's not a thing. You can't just go swim with a whale, you toaster. And he's like, no, you can. I was like, no, you can't. He's like, come with me and see it. And then, I just went out in Byron, and we that's where we kind of went, where I met the first humpback whale. And I was just like, mind blowing. I was like, wait a minute, like these animals that are 5 times the size of an African elephant are gentle, and they want to like hang out with you and spend time with you, and like it's like the most amazing animals in the world that you can actually connect with and hang out with. It was like something out of Avatar. And then I went to Tonga straight away after doing that one trip in Byron, like one day trip, and saw a humpback whale there. I remember it just rising slowly from the depths. And then I just came out of the water being like, yep, that's it. This is all I'm doing for the rest of my entire life. As I try to explain it the best, like I came out trying to explain it to other people, being like, there's nothing better that I can spend my life minutes on than doing this. Like if I have, 2 million life minutes, I'm spending all of them on swimming with whales.
I love that.
That was it.
It's not just whales though, is it?
No, yeah, exactly. So that was how I felt when I first saw the whales. And then, as soon as you connect with the whales, you connect with the ocean, the water, the free diving, then all of a sudden you just connect to the whole thing. And you realize that the magic that you encounter with the whales is the same with everything else. Like all these giant creatures are super safe to be around. Manta rays, dugongs, turtles, sharks even, you can be face to face with all these things.
So you've been, obviously it changed your life, but you introduced Matt and I to a lot of our incredible encounters, and it changed our life. And I've seen you this week, and I've seen you in the Maldives, and I've seen you how you change other people's lives in terms of allowing them access and inspiring them to have these encounters with nature and with wildlife. So what would you say to people that maybe haven't thought about it, maybe are on the fence, maybe they feel like, they can't swim, or they haven't necessarily, they want to encounter nature and they want to experience it, but they don't really know where to start?
Yeah, well, I think like there's the people who have like an interest to it, but they're not really like, they haven't looked that deep into it. And I would say that like as a human being, we are all ingrained with this amazing connection to nature. Like we're from this planet, right? We're part of this whole ecosystem. And so it will awaken this side of you, this connection to you, these feelings in you that have always been there, that you just perhaps weren't in tune to or realize they were there. And they're going to be some of the most powerful things that you'll ever feel. And to just, like follow that gut instinct to get into nature and to connect with the ocean.
So nice, because I see, people we've met on this trip have been on your other trips, and everyone's already talking about booking that next trip, and it has become a drug for a lot of people. And it comes back down to the fact that we are really, as a society, as a race, we've become, especially in the Western world, so disconnected.
Yeah.
And that's what's been so special about this week. For me, I've actually relived my experiences with the ocean through other people that haven't had that. So I can imagine why it's such a drug to you as well. So
no, it's crazy. I think like feeling alive is addictive.
Yeah, it's a bit, isn't it?
And there's nothing...
It's nice to feel alive.
And there's nothing more that makes you feel more alive than being like in the presence of these incredible giants and living and being, like so connected to such big, powerful, living life forces, and being in the ocean. And I think people get fully addicted to it. They just feel alive, like when you're walking down the streets of the cities and you're in trains and buses or the tube on the way to work, like you just don't really feel alive. But when you're face to face with a tiger shark or a whale or mantas or whatever it is, like you just feel so alive.
Yeah.
And so, I'm simply the bridge or the communicator between the two. All my job is just to get them in front of the marine life, and the rest is between them and the marine life. Like it's really them who are having these encounters themselves.
You're also hoping to bridge the gap with some of your amazing fine art photography though as well in your film, because those people that maybe can't access it, or you're trying to you know, you're trying to share stories with that as well. So talk to me a little bit about, you know, your work that beyond the expeditions.
Yeah, so I think like we live in a world where imagery has become extremely powerful. And that hasn't always been the case. Like, if you remember back when we were growing up, like, you couldn't name 10 photographers, really. Most people couldn't name 10 photographers because they were in books, they were in libraries, they were, you know, but with the evolution of the screens and social media and stuff like that, like, it's really given a huge platform for creators and photographers. And, like, you know, like, now people follow hundreds of photographers, and they never would have growing up. So it's technology has really given a huge opportunity for us as visual creators to put stuff out there. And so for me, I've kind of seen the opportunity to try and portray my connection with marine life out to the world, and like the beauty that lies beneath the surface, and really trying to pull on those emotional strings that will hopefully ignite curiosity or interest or just a fascination with these creatures, which I then hope will turn into a connection.
Yeah, it has. You know, I asked everybody on this trip, how did you come to hear about this trip? And 3 of them said that they'd hashtag humpback whales into Instagram, and then they came across your work and instantly were like, what? You can do that? Wow, look at this. And then clicked through and realized that you were running these trips and they're here.
Well, because I think that's the end goal is the conservation, right? And protecting all this. But it's the connection. So like one of the ethos that I really preach is the conservation through connection. Like you need people to care about these things. Like people will put their own lives on the line to save their pet dog, their childhood pet, you know, whatever it is. Like they will literally put their own lives to save those animals on the line, which they would never do in any other circumstance. So if you can make people, or if you can help people facilitate them creating their own special connections to the ocean, the amount of care that they'll have for it will just be exponential, go through the roof. And then they'll, like, when the ocean suffers, they feel it.
Yeah.
And that's going to help them protect it.
Talk to me a little bit about how you would like to see collaboration in what form in this sector. How would you like to see it evolve?
Yeah. So I think we're, at the moment, I think a lot of conservationists, activists, photographers, and I think even just like, you know, personalities are entering into a new era, a new kind of phase where we're working to collaborate together. We're working to really take ourselves and our egos out of the picture. It's not about being the best photographer, about being the best videographer, about the best documentary, or, you know, being number 1 on Netflix or whatever it is. It's not about any of that anymore. It's about how can we band together to protect what we love. And I think the pressure is mounting, and the realization is building up on people and becoming heavy, where it's like we don't have forever to protect this. We don't have forever to enjoy this even. So we don't have time to compete and to be like, you know, wanting to have more accolades than the next person or win more awards or have more followers or whatever it is. We don't have time for that anymore. It's the people who really care about it who are going, okay, let's get together. Let's make stuff happen. Let's protect this. Let's mobilize. Let's activate this. Let's actually really get down to business, because things are scary and we have to protect what we love. So I feel like where there has been a lot of competition in the past, we're entering into a brand new phase, which is amazing. And I think, like yourself and OCL and everything OCL stand for has played a huge role in that. And it's, bringing what's important to the surface.
Yeah, totally. I think, you know, actions speak louder than words as well. And I think over the last few years, we have seen a change, and we will continue to. That's one of the reasons why we've been putting a lot of time and energy and love into this new platform that we're building, because, you know, we're the opposite side of the world half the time to people like you, but we can still work together with the ability to use tech to help us too. Best moment of the trip, apart from seeing me.
Seeing Matt. Yeah, she made a technicality.
Slight error.
A few standout moments from your last 30 days.
About 3 weeks ago, I felt like I had a bit of a breakthrough moment with mother humpback and calf, because these animals are so intelligent, and there's so much depth to them. They're learning their behaviors and learning them how they work is really like you can spend a whole lifetime trying to figure that out. And I think I've had a decent basic understanding of how they work and how to respect their personal space, and then slowly get towards closer and closer to them, and then exploring the edges of their curiosity and their comfort zones. But the other day, I really had this amazing breakthrough moment where there's this mum and calf that were just kept moving and kept moving and kept moving. And they just didn't want to hang out, and we were like, okay, we should let them be. But then I gave it one last swim, and I told the group, like, stay behind a little bit, just let me go. And then I started to like slowly dolphin kick over instead of bi-finning, and just really slowly and almost not looking at them, looking away from them, to try and take the pressure off them, and because I know when they have eye contact, like to take the focus off them a bit. And then the mum and calf kind of stayed there, and then I decided to just like sink down 2 meters and just slowly spin, and then stop, and then gauge their curiosity, and just like slowed everything down. But I stayed just 2 meters under, and there was something about having this like neutral buoyancy at 2 meters, being like just in their element with them, and kind of really like replicating how they hold themselves in the water, that they then they just all of a sudden responded to. So the mum, who has been super hesitant to that point, comes over and kind of looks at me, and then just rolls her belly, and just this huge like glow of white just comes over my entire body, and then I do the same, and the calf starts like spinning above me on the surface, and then the mum rolls back and then just turns her face towards me, and then just looks me straight in the eye like this, and I'm just looking back at her, and it just like,
Wow.
yeah, I just feel like she looks straight through me, and like there was this level of connection there that just brought me to tears straight away, because it was like I feel like I broke through this glass ceiling and like understood so much more about them, and how to make them feel comfortable. And I just learnt so much in one swim.
Just quickly, in terms of like people that are wanting to do it, how do they best search for a trip or an encounter like that is not going to be detrimental to the animals?
I mean, to be honest, it's a growing problem. You know, that a lot of operators have the cash and the finance as a priority, and not the well-being of the animals. So I think really looking into what the company stands for, what the ethos of the company is, look at their imagery, look at their videos, and is this about the people, or is this about the animals? Is this about the experience, or is this more of a buy a ticket, get in line type thing? I'd say like do a lot of research, or ask a lot of people, or just come with me.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Come with us. Send me a message and come with us and see the whales.
Drop into my DMs.
Yeah, just slide into my DMs. Like Tan's been doing it forever, so you can try it.
Why do you think I'm here? Are you hot?
Yeah, yeah. He's hot. Fucking nice.
Are you happy, Matt?
I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Glad that we got it.
Do you two want to chat?
Been working for 20 years. When have you ever seen a pure white whale? Just today. First time. 20 years.
I said it was really nice.
20 years. This is the most rarest thing. This is once in a lifetime.
I said it's really nice.
No one's ever seen this before. No one's ever done this before. This is like the first time ever in Tongan history. Over 25 years of Tongan history. Today is the first, this is the first time ever we've seen this. Like, now and then earlier in the season, the first time ever. And last time, only a handful of boys saw it, and then they left. So, most people never saw it. And then now, today, it's come back. Today's the first day of it being back. It's the first day of it being back. Wow. It's an all white whale. They're like spiritual totem animals, right? They are literally 1 in a million.
Are we going to be legends down at the bar on Friday? Just saw the white whale?
Yeah, we will.
It was really nice. The video of someone would be like, as if you saw it.
The video that John has will create envy for every single person that came to the vow this entire season. Yeah, guys, it's a once in a lifetime moment. 20 years. 20 years. He does it every day. 20 years. Never seen one before. Wow. And not just him, every skipper here. Because there's never been a white whale here before. Until this year. It's like, yeah, honestly, once in a life. White humpback like this, and there's only very few of them in the whole entire ocean. It's like when you get like a white bear or something like that, and they become these spiritual like animals for like the Native Americans, stuff like that. They become like really, really significant and important. It's like it's insane. Yeah. And we were always one of the first people to ever swim with it. If luck is on its side, it might come back as a fully grown white whale in 5 or 6 years' time, but it might not.
Where else would it go?
Might it?
Where else would it go?
It might die. It might the chance of them surviving are also extremely rare.
But like, if it survives, like,
It'll probably come back here
okay,
if it does.
if it survives. What would it survive?
Orcas, sharks, other males, seeing it stands out so much. I got to dance with the white whale. Like I saw it and it was like thinking about coming up and I wasn't sure if it's allowed to, because the escort, super defensive mums, everyone wants to swim with it. And I was like, if I can get in the trust of this little thing, this little white spirit, if I could just do this, this would be the best day of my life. And then I was just slowly spinning, and then eventually the mom's like pushing it up.
That's saving your life.
Yeah.
Wow.
Picture of the ocean, like that's so magical. So
magical.
yeah, best day ever.
I've
And
my mouth hurts for slides.
and it's
You know it hurts.
it's an honor to share it with some of my best friends, my most like deepest ocean connected people, and people have been here from the very beginning and always on ships. And yeah, it's this group here is a very beautiful group. So it's honestly a pleasure to share with you all.
Yeah.